All right, welcome. Today we're going to jump into a really interesting handbook that looks at health in a unique way. It's not just about what we eat, but about a whole journey to cleanse and kind of reset our body's natural balance. Now, just so we're clear, we're just explaining the ideas from this specific guide. You should always talk to a health professional before trying something new. Okay, with that said, let's explore what it has to say. So, the material we're looking at kicks off with this really powerful question, one that gets right to the heart of its philosophy. Is your food healing you, or is it basically poisoning you from the inside out? It's a pretty intense way to think about what's on your plate, right? Let's unpack that.
Okay, so before we can even talk about what might be going wrong, we have to get back to basics. How are our bodies even built? According to this guide, everything, and I mean everything, starts with 3 fundamental building blocks. These are the components that make up our cells, our tissues, the whole shebang. So here they are, nutrition simplified right down to its core. You've got your proteins, think of them as the bricks and mortar for your body. Then you have fats, which are like a backup power source. And finally, carbohydrates. They're the main fuel that keeps your engine humming, making up more than half of our dietary energy. These are the key players, but the real story is all about how we use them.
So if we have these perfect building blocks, where does the problem come from? You know, the poison from that first question. Well, the handbook introduces a central villain, a concept it calls the hidden enemy within all of us, autointoxication. And this idea has really caught on in some health circles because it offers this single, unifying reason for so many different health issues.
So what exactly is autointoxication? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like, self-poisoning. The source makes this bold claim that when our bodies can't get rid of waste and toxins fast enough, they start to build up. And this accumulation, it argues, is the real root cause of almost every disease out there. It's a powerful idea for sure.
And how does this happen? Well, the guide points to a whole collection of modern-day culprits. It's not just one thing. It's this perfect storm of overeating, of eating the wrong food combinations, then you've got habits that drain our energy, plus the constant stress and pollution from our environment. Eventually, it just becomes too much, and our body's natural filters, our skin, lungs, kidneys, they just can't keep up.
But hey, the handbook doesn't just diagnose the problem and leave you hanging. It offers a solution. It lays out this methodical, 3-stage quest to systematically clean out the body's most important filtration organs one by one.
So, stage 1. Where do we start? This is crucial. We start at the end of the line, the colon. The thinking here is pretty logical, right? If the main exit for all the garbage is clogged, then trying to clean anything else is kind of pointless. You got to clear the main drain first to stop the whole system from getting contaminated.
So how do we kick this process off? The first method isn't a pill or a special diet. It's a breathing exercise. Yep, breathing. This technique is designed to kind of massage the internal organs, get the circulation going in your abdomen, and naturally get the colon working better. The goal of 108 breaths is a little nod to its roots in yogic traditions.
Okay, so once the main exit path is clear, the journey moves upstream to the body's master chemical plant, the liver. To tackle this, the source introduces a procedure called tubage. It's a type of naturopathic flush that's all about stimulating the gallbladder to help cleanse the liver.
Let's break down this method. It's a very specific morning ritual. You've got the mineral water, maybe some magnesium sulfate if you want a more intense effect, and then external heat from a hot water bottle. The whole point of this combination is to encourage the gallbladder to contract and release bile, which helps flush out the liver's ducts.
All right, last stop on our internal cleanup tour, the kidneys. These are our body's amazing liquid waste filters. The goal here, according to the handbook, is to gently dissolve any mineral buildup before it can turn into painful stones, basically breaking it down into fine sand that can be passed out easily.
And what's the tool for this job? It's a really simple, natural tea made from rosehip roots. The handbook suggests that drinking this regularly for a week or 2 can support your kidney function and help gently break down those mineral deposits. It's a very traditional plant-based approach.
So after this pretty intense 3-stage cleanse, what's next? You can't just go right back to your old habits, right? So the guide shifts gears from this reset phase to a long-term philosophy for how to maintain that internal cleanliness.
A huge part of this long-term philosophy is the acid-alkaline balance. The guide basically sorts foods based on the type of residue they leave behind after digestion. Things like processed foods, meats, and sweets tend to be acid-forming. On the other side, you have fresh veggies, fruits, and potatoes, which are alkaline-forming. The goal isn't to completely eliminate one or the other, but to keep them in a healthy balance.
But here's something really important. The guide also offers a word of caution. It talks about a study where women's mental performance, we're talking memory and reaction times, actually dropped by 30% while on a restrictive diet. The message is pretty clear. Super strict dieting is a major stress on both your body and your brain, which is exactly why a balanced approach is so key.
So how do we take all this theory and actually put it into practice? Let's bring it all together and see what the handbook suggests for our daily plate to create a simple guide for long-term health.
And here it is, the ideal plate, according to this philosophy. It's actually pretty simple. The vast majority of your plate, a full 60%, should be vegetables and fruits. The rest is split evenly between natural unprocessed fats and carbs, and some lean protein, whether that's from plants or animals. It's a really straightforward, plant-forward blueprint for how to eat every day.
In the end, the handbook leaves us with some ancient wisdom from the Romans. Food, drink, sleep, everything should be moderate. And it leaves us with a great question to think about. Looking at all these ideas, what does a balanced, moderate plate actually look like for you? Something to think about.